So I wrote in my journal today that I actually don't know what to do or like what I want to do. Which is kind of funny because the night before someone asked me what I want to do in my life. Like what am I gonna do after I graduate? And I had this whole answer ready to go. And like immediately I was like, I'm a senior right now, I'm studying psychology, I'm an econ major, I'm also a philosophy minor, and next year I'm gonna do a master's in psychology. And while I'm doing that master's, I'm gonna just really lock in on research, I'm gonna strengthen my resume, build more skills, and then that'll get me ready for PhD applications and starting the path of becoming a licensed clinical psychologist. And then after I do that, hopefully I'll be able to start my own practice, especially with my econ background and with all the skills I've gained along the way. Sounded super clean, super logical, super thought out, and also like a little noble sounding, because what I want to do is ultimately rooted in me wanting to help people. Miso, what are you doing? Miso, stop biting that. Oh my gosh. Every time I film, she just wants to start doing some shit. But yeah, because ultimately what I want to do is really rooted in directly wanting to help individuals themselves. Like have a better experience with the time that we have on this earth. And it's true. It's genuinely what I really want. But at the same time, it's not really the whole truth. Because it would be so sick to just be a gym influencer, like, oh, code Gal, like, buy my shit, have brand deals, and literally get paid to exist. Like, oh my gosh, it'd be so cool to have a young LA code. But then there's also a part of me that just wants to say, fuck it, and just travel to some new place, some random country, and just kind of figure it out. While I'm young, just like go explore and see the world. But also, getting a corporate job also sounds pretty nice sometimes, especially when I'm really stressed out and tired. And the thing is, I feel like with academia and also with me posting on social media, being really self-directed in what I want to do, it's kind of hard to turn your brain off sometimes. It would be kind of nice if I just get through the day, do the things I need to do, and by 5 p.m. I can just shut my brain off, and then just relax, focus on myself for those couple of hours, go play basketball, explore some new hobbies. But at the same time, again, I don't want to just be a cog in a machine. I don't want to just do a repetitive task every day. And that desire is reflected in my fascination with AI, vibe coding, like the abilities that we can acquire now, especially now with technology advancing so quickly. The opportunity to just be able to build shit. Seeing all those people who are like solopreneurs building apps while they travel, starting companies, just because right now the barrier to entry is so low as far as actually executing and building something out. A couple months ago, I thought I wanted to be an online fitness coach. Like, what the fuck? And if we go even further back in high school, I thought I wanted to be a physical therapist. I wanted to study kinesiology, and I was so interested in how the body moved and how to heal people from a physical standpoint. And I don't know about you, but all of these thoughts, all of these different directions I'm being pulled in like this is constantly swirling in my mind. And I don't think that's a unique experience. I feel like that's something that, especially those within a privileged context like myself, I recognize that where I even have the privilege to think about all these different things that I can do, it's a lot. And for a while, I treated these competing thoughts, these competing desires with me as evidence against myself. What I mean by that is like, I'm thinking to myself, oh, I keep getting pulled towards other things. So maybe the clarity I felt in wanting to be a clinical psychologist was fake. Because in the past, that clarity that I felt so many times for other endeavors has also given away over time. And then eventually, maybe I don't actually know what I want. But now that I'm talking about it and thinking about it, I think I have this whole thing backwards. What if the trap that I fell into was my own definition of clarity itself? Like, what if clarity isn't something that just happens to you? Like, what if it's not that feeling that I felt in that moment of epiphany, but rather clarity might just be the decision to honor that feeling and the decision to commit to that feeling and commit to that thing. Because a feeling is fleeting, but a decision and a commitment that you make is something that you can hold stable. And that clarity is not you receiving some divine intervention, but rather is the decision that you hold ownership over to keep saying yes to something even when everything around you is trying to renegotiate it. And that true clarity just comes from the fact that I decided, that's it. Like, that's the clarity. I decided that that's what I want to do, despite all the bullshit, despite my own thoughts. And it's not a passive thing. It's not a one-time thing. It's something that you continually have to keep asserting every day that you wake up, every moment, especially every time that you have a doubt, that you keep choosing that thing anyway, that I keep choosing the path of wanting to become a clinical psychologist. And is that delusional? Maybe in some context, yeah. Or maybe delusion is the wrong word to use here, because delusion means being completely separated from reality. Having a thought or conclusion that's completely baseless and has no connection to objective things that are happening around you. And that choosing to commit to something, choosing a narrative, choosing meaning for yourself is just a matter of choosing where to place your attention and choosing your way of seeing things, while acknowledging that the perspective that you chose to orient your life around is not because you're certain that it's objectively correct, but because living inside of it feels real, feels important, feels directed to you. And if that world, that narrative I built for myself completely crashes down, like what if I'm completely fucking wrong? And that's fucking scary. And the thing is, it's also completely possible. That possibility is always there. But if it does happen, it won't be because my plan failed. It will be because I stopped believing that decision that I made for myself, that I told myself that I would stick to. Because if you're truly committed to it, you'll figure it out. And if you don't, you just ran out of time. At least that's the perspective that I'm choosing to stick to.